He explained its appearance by saying that it can only appear to exist by identifying with an object. When thoughts arise, the I thought claims ownership of them. I think, I believe, I want, I am acting, but there is no separate I thought that exists independently of the objects that it is identifying with. Are you getting this? Yes? It needs an object to identify with. Maybe in one of your absolute silent, quiet meditations where your mind became very quiet, maybe it's happened to you, where there was no thoughts, no feelings, no sensations, even the body was quiet, even your mind was quiet. Maybe you have reached this stage where everything was so quiet and suddenly a feeling first came up and then you noticed the I come up and said, oh, I am feeling this, or I am hurting. That's the best way to recognize that first an object naturally arises and then the identification happens with it. Yeah, it's very possible in silent meditations to notice this. If you're aware again, if you're lost in a trance, oh, I was blissed out, then you were conked out, you were sleeping. You just like to call it nice words. Meditation is meditation only when you are 100% aware. And if you were aware in that quiet state of the mind and you saw the quietness, you would have recognized that you are in pure awareness. And then that feeling came up and suddenly the I comes up and says, my feeling. Yeah? Some lucky people get to experience this. Yeah? This can happen in the daytime also. If you keep practicing awareness, you'll notice the I thoughts reduce. You become quieter and quieter and quieter, and the silence of this awareness becomes more. And suddenly you'll notice there is a pain in the body, or there is a thought that comes, and suddenly the I comes and says, my thought or my feeling. Yeah? Identification always happens later. First a sensation comes up, first a thought comes up on its own. Yeah? The quieter you get into meditation, the easier it is to recognize this phenomena that I'm talking about. Yeah? So that's what he's saying, that it is a mistaken assumption, and the I think, I want, I am acting, there are no separate I thoughts existing independently. There's always awareness. It cannot exist without that awareness being there, and that I always holds on to an object. Yeah? That I feels all weak. It cannot exist without a support. Yeah? So we'll get there when we get there.